I say, whoa now there. It's your man's in them foul shot and reporting from the Bamboozle Again News Network with a Friday morning recap of the week. Hopefully a little encouragement, on a day-to-day basis. But I got a little humorous stuff for y'all though, right? So one of my confidential informants, right, sent me a picture of the pond behind the penis trafficking / out-of-state client trafficking ring, right? And all the fish have gone belly up. She said, all the fish have died. I'm thinking like it's somewhere else where, like in Syria where the rivers are turning red and whatnot. Nah, that's right in our backyard. And I said, man, every time somebody tell me some old wild news about the people, I'll be tempted to get back started on their hind parts, yo. I'm like, now the fish, yo. See, here's what's happening, right? You know how, let's say, somebody got all this wild stuff going on around them, or they hang out with all these wild characters, right? And then you trying to figure out what's up with these people, right? So you hang out around all these wild characters. All this wild stuff be happening around y'all, but somehow it ain't got nothing to do with you, or you don't contribute to it, or at the very least you around it. You know what I'm saying? Just like you down with a shawty or something, and her friends all wild, and every time you talk to her, there's some old crazy situation happen. But then she'll say, I don't like drama. You know what I'm saying? But you always in the middle of it, or you always somewhere around or contributing to it. It's almost, it's like, I don't even know what the descriptive word would be, where two polar opposites are occurring at the same time. Just like I was having a conversation, got some confirmation with a friend of mine, and then had this conversation. It's been the theme at work all during the week. Now, I hold various groups, right? And people talk about, whatever they talk about, you know what I'm saying? Which is typically, somebody doing them wrong, their situation, whatever the case may be. And they will go on at length and ad nauseum about said situation, right? And if I don't interject, they can go on for 45 minutes straight about all the bad stuff that's happened to them, or how they've been done wrong, victimhood, whatever the case may be, right? And then whenever I pose a simple, tangible solution to any sad problem, the excitement or the energy isn't the same as when they're describing the problem as when they're offered a solution. You know what I'm saying? Again, this alludes to, previous talking points of, I think we enjoy, not we, but as a demographic of people, right? I think black people, or at the very least, here in Babylon, some spirit has been heaped on us in general, where we identify with suffering. I've made previous videos talking about we'd rather be the victim than the victor. We'd rather be oppressed than overcome. You know what I'm saying? A victim of oppression rather than, an agent of overcoming. You know what I'm saying? Because it gets you more attention. But again, sometimes I feel like my evolution has done a disservice to others, because even though I may have practiced that to some degree, now that I've got this spiritual software, overhaul, update, I don't understand it. I just don't, it don't make sense to me I don't want attention for being weak, essentially. I don't want attention because the issues of life have got me to the point where I'm a shell of my former self. We got, clients that, are homeless. It rained yesterday. They came in wet, right? And I'm like, yo, you sure? Now, you might not be off for treatment, but at least you in a warm bed. You'd rather stay in the street where all this monkey stuff is happening that continues to get even more monkey-fied on a day-to-day basis. You'd rather sleep outside wet than do a few classes, be able to shower the way you need to, eat some sandwiches on a regular basis. You'd rather do that. And I don't even think it's the drugs. I think it's the attachment to toxicity, the love of toxicity. Just like they say in the whole like red pill space or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like the Pookie talking point. Like they say they want a good man, but then when you look at their dating history, it's all Sam Sausage Head and Joe Neckbone them. I don't, it just boggles my mind, like, because it doesn't, even when I was, like, had some, like, I kind of got to find my own answer. You know what I'm saying? And I think he let me stay stuck in it. So, it would stick with me, right? But I'm like, yo, had somebody told, yo, Kyle, yo, you can go here, or this is the whoop, the whoop, the whoop. Man, it ain't nothing to think about. I'm out. I want me warm bed. I want me some, some good sleep so I can think. You know what I'm talking about? Word up. And it's just, now, of course, we'll say it's a mental health disorder, but I believe all mental health stems from a spiritual epicenter. Anytime my old job, now, I work, in a department that is a part of or under the jurisdiction of the county health department. You see what I'm saying? Like, essentially, I'm an employee of the county health department, a subsidiary of state, and we have a running joke that we will not send clients, as best we can help it, to the rehab that's here in the same town we reside in. Even the civic folks know this place is some dookie dook. You know what I'm saying? Now and again, I keep going back to this. We talk about human trafficking and people, they say they be in the cargo ships and all that. But essentially, in medical vans, they're trafficking clients from Virginia 3-4 hours away and getting away with it, and nobody hold them accountable. Now I'm saying, why, envy not the wigger, or when they prosper in their way, yo. If I had the ability, it'd be over with, yo. Not because I'm trying to use this situation to garner greatness on my part and, public esteem and all that. Because it ain't right. Now there's not everything's subjective. There are no absolutes anymore. Right and wrong is based on who did it and what your relationship is with them. You know what I'm saying? Like this whole 50 Cent stuff. I don't really care, but it's just amazing how, I don't like doing business with messy people. You know what I'm saying? People do fall out and this, that, and the third. But even in the Cam and Jim Jones situation, now you got this Big Meech, Rick Ross situation. He's playing all the parties involved, but both parties are holding this man up, yo. You mean tell me he's that intellectually superior to y'all that y'all can't see it? But because of where he sits at in the system, you lend reverence to this dude who might do the same thing to you when it benefit him or for his own entertainment purposes. And this is who we do business with. This is who we want to take. No, man. I was talking to Sister Mig on here, right? And I think about this time last year, I had messed around and got a job doing security at the Grand Canyon, folk. The only thing was, again, Lord behold me in a certain place. I didn't have just enough money just to get there. You know what I'm saying? And I was so blue, yo, because they told me, like, I'd be housed in my own quarters and, like, there's no internet service and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's like a half hour to get to a Walmart. Now, yo, that's what I wanted, yo, at that time. Because I was so tired of Babylon and just what I see, feel, and perceive. I said, yo, I just need a detox, yo. I want to get away from all this, yo. I want to be in nature, yo. I want to be around, people, all type of people go to a mountain. But at least there's some commonality driving you there. Sometimes I wonder, are my efforts in vain, yo? Sometimes I wonder, are certain people, were certain people born to be destroyed? I know we all got a choice. I'm a firm believer you may have a choice, or you may not have any options, rather, but you always got a choice no matter. But sometimes I wonder, it seemed like we're certain, now, I got to work out my salvation with fear and trembling, but it seemed like certain people were born just to be destroyed, yo. Or here in the measure, it seemed like certain people are born to do nothing but to be fodder for the system. Whether they reproduce, illegitimate children, or they do a whole bunch of time in prison, or they sell drugs, they whoremonger, and bastardize their children that way. You know what I mean? Then decent brother sister can't get no love. Seem like you invisible unless somebody trying to use you, or they sign some contract with the dark side to try to, turn you out or make you like them or take you out the path. So even if it seemed good, a lot of times you got to be extra leery, because even the adversary presents itself as an angel of light. And they might present themselves as, because we probably go through isolated, da-da-da-da, but then deal with them short amount of time, they mass slip, They they trying to destroy you or tear your good name up when they got a horrible reputation. Or just jam you up and all this here, man. It's crazy, yo. Yo, I wonder how much longer this can go on. You know what I'm talking about? Just the character and the spirit of people. The spirit of resiliency I see has been like quenched, or I feel like it's been quenched. To fight back. You know what I'm saying? You know how the brother who can't really fight, but he will fight you though? You know what I'm saying? So everybody leave him alone. It's no different than being, as I like to call it, the second slowest gazelle in the safari. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be the fastest. You just don't have to be the slowest, because typically the slowest, the weakest one get eaten. So you don't have to be a super duper elite. Just be a little better than the worst person. Or as I like to call it, the second drunkest person in the room 30. Where this person falling down drunk, this, that, and the third, throwing up everywhere. You drunk to the mud, but since you ain't doing all that, it look like you all right. In comparative, respects, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, yo. I gotta go back to this witchcraft center, yo. Yo, I've never been to a job, right, where during there, either one or two things happen. You either get gone, like me, in wisdom, you know what I'm saying? Or you stay there, turn a blind eye because they throw money at you, or it's an easy job. And I've literally seen during there 90% of the people who start working there regress, yo. Yo, I seen they had a little Muslim girl working there. I think she was from Jordan or somewhere, right? I ran to her at Planet Fitness a couple days ago, right? So I'm breaking yo, I don't even know why you amongst the peoples, okay, whoop, 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 right? But then, hey, yo, you need to go back over Jordan, yo. Man, get out of Babylon, yo. I'm trying to get out. Take me with you, yo. Oh, you're funny. No, I'm serious, yo. Seriously. Man, right before I quit. No, I ran to her at Wawa one day. And she said, Calvin, oh my God, you're right. They're crazy. Oh, I have to leave. Oh my goodness, it is, I didn't understand. Yeah. It's around the battlefield, baby. I said, cook, God of mercy. I've seen everybody regress. Yo, here's another thing. That's what I want to talk about too, yo. So I talked to my man from Baltimore, Blue Hundo, who has a brother who lives in the town I reside in now, right? So he had inboxed me and said, yeah, he said things are out of order down here where I'm at, right? I said, oh, in what way? Because they're out of bounds. The whole demonstration out of order in so many ways. Which one are you talking about? So he talked about the gang stuff going on, which I ain't privy to because I don't really be in the streets like that. But typically what happened, these brothers, get jammed up, hustling, go across the water, get, in proximity of the DMV guard, and then want to, I guess fit in. So then they, claim some type of BGF blood or whatever. And then the first thing they do, because they know they're trying to prove themselves, send them on a dummy mission that they don't want to do. But yet they know all, and then they got to go on PC, but yet they'll know all these handshakes and literatures and signs. And they just come down here with it like they the done data and just cause a whole bunch of mass confusion and chaos. I remember one time when I talked about the dude I know who's now doing 60 years, him and this other dude were responsible, in my opinion, for bringing it down here in the early 2000s. Yo, you would see a group of 15 of them, and between 15 Negroes, they sharing 2 40s and 2, blunts of lie, right? Rob and Pope, and don't know them care, whatever, right? So then he was also saying this, and I was privy to this while I was working in a professional setting, right? He said, I was telling him how, now, this town is about 15, 20 minutes from the town I went to high school in. And this town is more thuggish, ruggish bone. So a lot of the badder females from my town that was a little more debonair, or we were a little more well-to-do, they all married dudes from here, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess they had more with them. But check it though, right? So I tell my man this, right? So he was saying that his brother said it's not like that no more. He said, if people hear you from Cambridge, Maryland, it's like you got a scarlet letter now because now they don't want to sleep with you. Because the AIDS rate is so high on 4 them grade. So I'm like, yeah. Because when I was I heard talking points of the modern woman, harlot. Yeah, I get it. All right, cool. Intellectually speaking. But I've never been so up close and personal and privy to it when I was working at the job. 80%, I say 90% of the female staff, whether it be white or black, who had men at home or didn't make no difference, had numerous allegations of smashing multiple male clients 15 minutes. I'm exaggerating. But soon after they got out of 60-day inpatient treatment for drugs and alcohol. And this is who you repeatedly get your box to. Not to say that the brother come in and just because of who he is, he bag you or you attracted to him or see interest. That's not the case. It might have happened at some point in time. But these women were going to work looking for ding-a-lings, yo. But then, again, here's the polar opposite of the talking point, right? But then in casual conversation, or if you steer a conversation a certain way, just as a social experiment, they'll be like, oh, yeah, my man pay all the bills. He better because he whoop, right? But then you cash happen to do to get some T-shirts out of Walmart, and you smashing on him. That's why it's sad, Joe. And I don't care what nobody do with they hind part or they hind parts or they private parts and all that. It be just the polar oppositeness of it that's really irritating. You say one thing, behave and do something else. You know what I'm talking about? Or like I say, yeah, I get money, yo. I get money. You know what I'm saying? You got a couple of dollars for some gas. But you just say you got money. But then just everybody perpetrating a fraud, yo. Everybody so loose. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? We all have our sexual desire. But I'm so spiritually sensitive. They could be attractive as I don't know what. If my spirit Larry or it's too scary, man. Not just spiritually wise and disease wise, but then the liability aspect. And it seems like when you're decent, they try to destroy you more than anybody else. You mean tell me short sleeve Steve, you say he smashed your homegirl, stole all your money, but you ain't haul him in court. You ain't running around tearing his name up. you turn up Thaddeus' name up because you say he worked too much. Or I don't even gonna put on the brothers ain't no better neighbor. Man, I know brothers personally who are in love with harlots. They're lost and turned out. Man, when I look in their eyeball, they like Biggie song, they hypnotized. I wonder if they wouldn't put witchcraft on these dudes, yo. Seriously. Yo, it's real in the battlefield, cuz. I said, God damn. I mean, I get it. Everybody lose their way. I'm the king of losing my way. I probably got more comebacks than Tom Brady. You know what I'm talking about? But God damn, can we? I don't know, folks. I ain't even mean to go this route. But on that note, man, I'm going to sign off, man. It's time to get in the battlefield because the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Ooh,